Hey guys, if you clicked on this video, chances are you are a business owner. You're probably dealing with a difficult staff member and you're not sure exactly what's the best way to deal with this particular person. You probably manage a smaller team, somewhere about 5 to 20 employees. But there is something about this one person that doesn't sit right with you. Whether it's the attitude, the energy, it's very subtle, but you can feel it. And the chances are other employees have expressed this to you as well. However, this person is an important part of your company. They could be a manager, a foreman, a supervisor, or someone in a key leadership position. But deep down, you know something is off. They stir up drama even when they're not around. Almost like they have built their own culture inside your company's culture. And here's the catch, they perform. They're amazing in getting results, and they're probably one of the most knowledgeable people in your company. So, because of that, you often turn a blind eye. You probably think maybe they just had a bad day or it's a one off scenario. And some days you feel like you need to make that tough call. Other days, everything seems fine. And you start wondering if you were overthinking the whole thing in the first place. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. In this video, we're going to break down how to deal with this kind of situation the right way without burning the culture that you already built. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Anish. I'm a business owner and a M&A strategist. I help business owners like yourself build real wealth through business ownership. My goal is simple, to help you build a sellable company that you can eventually sell for top dollars so you can live your dream life. But here is a hard truth. 80% of all businesses never sell, not because they're not profitable, because they're not built to sell. And that's why this topic of dealing with a difficult employee is so crucial, because you cannot build a business the right way if you're constantly dealing with staff drama. Many business owners end up burned out without doing anything meaningful in the business because they're spending most of their time dealing with these kind of employees. Before we talk about the employee itself, let's talk about the environment of a small business. It's crucial that we talk about this because we need to understand the environment that a small business operates and the constraints that we operate within. Unlike big corporations, in small business, every employee is a key piece in the puzzle. You typically just have the right number of people to get things moving. Everybody has a role, and that helps to keep the business running and serve the customers. Even when one person leaves or calls in sick, it could have a serious impact on your operation and the service delivery. And that's what makes the decision of dealing with a difficult employee so complicated for a business owner, because you run a tight ship. Even if you lose one person, it would take you months before you can train someone to that capacity so they can do that particular job and keep up that service quality. And finding a staff that can perform at that level will take some time. And the truth is, your employees know this very well. And while most of them work together as a team and try to help you out and serve the customers, some employees, like the one we're going to talk about, like to test the boundaries because they know it'll take you time and effort to find and train that employee to replace their job. On the other hand, what do? As a business owner, not doing anything can have serious consequences on your business. You lose good people, people who actually care. You might even lose some customers by keeping this employee. You might get into constant staff drama, playing referee instead of building a successful business. And the only one thing that I have seen come out of this, the business owner ends up getting burned out. You don't feel like home in your own company. You feel like your company itself is hijacked by someone else. Your words are not valued as much as it should be in your own company. And as tempting as it is to be trigger happy and make that quick decision of firing that employee, you got to pause and ask yourself, is this a person problem or is it the environment problem? Because if your business is missing key fundamentals like a defined culture, the direction of the business, where it's heading towards, the proper structure and hierarchy, then even good employees can end up frustrated and develop these kind of toxic behavior. It does take a little bit of time, but it eventually happens. Now, you might ask, what is this fundamentals? The question is, do you have a clear goal and purpose for your company? Because the purpose of your company cannot be just making money for the business owner. You need to have a purpose that the whole team can follow and work towards. Do you have a mission and a vision statement clearly written down and repeated in your quarterly meetings or your annual meetings? Do you have something that is documented that way? And most importantly, do you even walk these talks on a day-to-day basis? Have you established a ground rule on how every person in your team is supposed to work together? Another thing is, do your employees know their clear job description and a clear SOP? If none of that is clear, the issue might not be the employee, it might be the environment. Let me give you a quick analogy. Imagine you and your team are going on a tour bus, okay? And think of that bus as your company. You are the driver and you have your team following your lead. If you don't communicate the destination and when they can expect to have coffee breaks and washroom breaks, ground rules for the ride, people will not know really what to expect with that road trip. They'll keep waiting on you and finally end up frustrated. Every turn you make, they'll start rolling their eyes and start making snarky comments because they feel like you're running in circles and they don't even know where you're heading to. So communication is a key component in managing a small business. Also, understanding that small businesses usually attract a different kind of employees than bigger companies. Small business employees are looking for real connection and real purpose. They don't want to be a number. They usually want to be part of something bigger and have a deeper connection. And in this case, they may not be getting the connection that they're looking for. So now, while we understand the fundamentals and the staff, if you don't have fundamentals yet, you need to work on it as soon as possible. And this is not something that you can switch on and expect things to work out right away. You need to make sure that this is clearly communicated and reinforced over time. I would highly recommend you get some sort of consultant or a professional to help you with this so they can ensure that you have this foundation strong, because these are foundations that you want to get it right, or it can often confuse the other employees as well. Okay, so if you need some pointers on this, feel free to reach out, as this is very crucial if you don't have it in your business yet. Okay, now if you've covered all this basic, your company has a clear goal, values, vision, clear SOPs, job description, everybody knows what their job is and what is involved. You communicated this clearly and consistently, and you revisit this mission and vision purpose statement in team meetings all the time, but you still have that toxicity in that employee, then it is not your company, it's the employee. And I'll give you the exact framework to help you with this. I will show you a step-by-step approach that I call the TEAMS method. A simple but powerful framework to handle tough employees with confidence and clarity. So the first one is talk it out privately and professionally. Call them in for a private, respectful conversation and address the behavior, not the person, the behavior. Start reminding them of where the company is heading and why this conversation really matters. At this stage, I will be really honest, but stay calm and do not get emotional, because you got no reason to get emotional. You have a clear plan and a clear framework that you can follow. And most importantly, let them talk. You'll be surprised to hear their side of the story. It could be something personal. It could be a burnout or even a confusion about their current role. If it's a personal issue, ask them if they need some time off to sort out things on their end. And if it's work-related, take notes, set clear expectation moving forward and how you can help them accomplish it. And if it's something petty, like minor issue, like the staff looked at them the wrong way, or someone did smile back, or something stupid and silly like that, let them know respectfully that as a business owner, you have limited time and you have to prioritize your time for bigger things that can benefit the company. Now, coming to the second point, establish expectation writing. This is so crucial. After the meeting, document what was discussed and send a follow-up summary by email, and make sure you save that email somewhere. Then set a written action plan with specific behaviors that needs to stop, standards that they need to meet, and a 30 to 60 day timeline to meet these, and a clear consequence if they do not change. This isn't about threatening, it's about being clear and accountable. This will protect your team, your company, and your sanity. And the third point is assess and support. Now comes the follow through. Check in weekly, check in bi-weekly. Make sure that you check in with this particular staff so they understand that you're serious. Make sure to document everything. Even if it's positive, document it. You got to document everything when it comes to dealing with kind of staff. If they show progress, encourage them, offer support. If they're resisting any particular change, document that too. Keep everything objective. You know why? Because documentation is your shield. If things end in termination, you will have proof that you were fair, patient, and professional as a business owner. And in many cases, we see that difficult employees are really good at putting together an act for a limited period of time. Then after a few months or a year, this behavior has a tendency to come back. So documentation will help you refer back to the previous meeting and rail them back to their plan. And the fourth point is make that call if needed. If after all this, they still refuse to change, they still have their fits and constantly keeps coming back and causing that drama, you need to let them go. Yes, you need to fire them. Yes, exactly. And that's tough. And it's not emotional, it's a strategic decision. Because here's what you'll find. Your team will thank you for it. Your team's productivity will bounce back up. By following this team method, you have given that particular employee a chance to succeed and protected your business along the way. Letting go does not make you a bad person. It means that you're protecting your vision, your business, and you're choosing culture over chaos. Because as a business owner, it's your job to protect the culture and the company and the employees within your company. This is how you do it clean. Stick to the facts. Stay calm, brief, have everything documented. Be prepared for emotional reaction, but don't let that derail you. If you're unsure about the legal risk, talk to a HR advisor or an employment lawyer beforehand and cover your bases. You didn't start this business to deal with office politics and babysitting adult emotions. You build this business to make an impact, to create freedom, to build wealth, and build something that you're proud of. And let's be honest, we also started this business to support our way of life for ourselves and our family. You don't have time to babysit these toxic employees. And in my journey as a business owner, I've used this framework so many times, and I can tell you that I never once regretted letting a toxic employee go. The only regret that I had is that I didn't do it soon enough. And if this helped, follow this channel. I make educational videos for business owners who want to build sellable companies and create real wealth. I'm talking about intergenerational wealth through entrepreneurship. I've bought and sold companies, and I'm sharing what works. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.